we never doubted that it would eventuate. So we brought them home, and within 3 weeks, I was thinking about a little girl. Right? So every day I was checking with John, and I found the lawyer we'd used there, and he said, "I'll watch for a little girl for you." Right? There was no little girl. We'd been to a couple of orphanages, and there was no little girl. In all these 600,000 children, our child wasn't there. And finally the judge who had given us permission to take the children was another judge, because the children were in the country. And he revealed that they actually did have a sister. But she was 10 and a half. And she'd been in an orphanage for 6 years. She'd have a real rough time. And I looked at her paperwork and thought, no, I don't think we can make a difference in this girl's life. I don't think there's any way we can make this work. So my heart was not happy leaving her there, but I just didn't feel we could help. She was already really formed. So after about 3 weeks of thinking about this sister daily, I asked Ignacio about his sister. Would he like his sister to come and live with us? And I swear he went red, bright red, from the top of his head right through to his feet. Bright red, immediately, just like that. So, the other, Rodrigo didn't even remember her. He'd been so young when she'd been taken away. So, for me, that's okay. Next step. We cannot keep these children separate. The brother has got to have his sister here. And I didn't have as much of a knowing about Chavella. She is Maria Isabel, but known as Chavella. I didn't have a knowing about her. That took a long time to develop. She came with very advanced, shall we say, survival skills, as I had to go to call them, because they came to us as liars and thieves and cheats, bless them. That's all they'd known. And we had to work with what was there. And it took a year for Chavella and I to make contact at all. And I'm glad we went with it, because now I'm a nana. Chavella has given us 2 beautiful grandsons. Yeah. And this nanny touched Flynn's head first, and delivered him with the midwife. And I was the first person to put his little feet on the ground, and we hugged a tree together. And without intuition, imagine if I hadn't followed that intuition. The life that is now with these 3 children now, they're of course in their 30s, and Ignacio married in the park outside our home just in April this year. And Rod is now engaged to be married to a beautiful woman as well. So imagine if I hadn't followed that intuition. I think there would have been a hole in my heart forever if I hadn't done that. I would have been incomplete without these 3 children, who were in fact our children. I just didn't give birth to them. The exact years that I studied chiropractic, which has been my career now for 30 years, Mama Flor was pregnant and gave birth to our 3 children, the exact years I was studying. And I was able to